Well, it's 4 a.m., so let's talk about it in essay form. I had an unwavering faith in the American people and the ideals of this country. Had. In recent weeks, I became a Pollyanna, annoyingly propping up my worried friends and family, and probably many of you, with my faith that we would reject him again. That America, for all her flaws, was basically a good and decent place. It wasn't false. I wasn't doing it for clicks or views. I believed it right down to my big fat feet. Let me go a step further. I didn't just believe it, I knew it because the urge to do good was stronger than any propaganda you could put in a campaign commercial. And I was wrong. 8 years ago, personally, I was at the lowest point in my life, and the loss then felt like it fit with the darkness already dripping all around me. I'm in a much better place now, so tonight's loss is a darkness made all the blacker by forcing itself into the light of an otherwise very happy life. I understand I speak from a place of extreme privilege when I say this, but in some ways, it's kind of freeing not to have to believe in the inherent good of others anymore. I'm leaning hard into the skid of cynicism because it's a much easier position to take than holding fast to optimism, even as the evidence for that optimism becomes scant. I've read that when a relationship goes cold, that's when you have to worry. If your spouse is hounding you to change, it means they still love you and they're trying to make things work. But when they go quiet, it means they realize that you'll never change and they're just biding their time. Well, I got to go quiet. What tonight forces me to recognize is that there is a fundamental disagreement in this country about what it means to be an American and what it means to do good, and most disturbingly, what the basic nature of objective reality is. How can I convince someone else that their entire reality is wrong? I've tried it for the better part of 7 years, and while it's made me several online friendships, it hasn't done much of a damn of affecting any kind of actual change. We have different atoms vibrating at different frequencies. They live on Earth 3, and nothing makes sense on Earth 3 when you come from Earth 1. Beyond all that, the crux of the problem can be found right here, right in this essay. I'm a straight white man living in a blue state who will ultimately feel very little of the repercussions of what has happened tonight. Women, gay people, trans people, immigrants, people of color, they're going to be devastated by this loss, not just emotionally, but materially. And yet, here I am, making it about me and my emotions, whining about how I feel. I'm afraid that's what a large swath of this country has become, or maybe was all along. A collection of selfish navel gazers, too focused on themselves to truly understand the harm being inflicted on others. Maybe that's why he resonates so much for them, because he is the narcissist, incapable of literally anything except his own immediate needs. Who knows? I don't have it in me to figure it out anymore. I don't regret my optimism, except insofar as it may have caused any of you pain through the hope that it allowed. Forgive the glibness of this, but it feels good to feel good. I liked believing in the best of people. But it's time to put that optimism aside. It's time to stop thinking my words can change this national marriage. I think maybe I'm just gonna float for a while, be with my family, focus everything on them. They're the one thing I can still be unabashedly optimistic about. But the rest of it, I gotta unplug. You'll still see videos from me. That's part of my job. But it's just gonna be funny stuff. No more politics. Because America has decided, for reasons I'll never understand, that it actually did want Twitter to be real life. And that makes Twitter and the rest of social media a redundancy I just don't need anymore. So I'm off to bed. MAGA, feel free to dunk on me in the replies. I was wrong. You were right. You win. Mock me. Doesn't matter anymore. So, funny stuff is coming. The essay is done now. Funny stuff is coming. I don't think you're going to want to see my fat face the entire time for the video, so I'll probably just put my little face in the corner and have a flag waving or something. I don't know. But, The other side won. That's sad.